Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for checking out this guitar video. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at how you play these hip hop and R&B riffs on the acoustic guitar. So before we do anything, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe to this YouTube channel, and if this video helps you out, hit that like button as we go along. Also, if you've got a comment, recommendation or any questions, use the comment section below. I answer any comments or questions that I get. Right, so let's have a look at our first song. We have got Nelly, Ride With Me. So, sounds a bit like this. So I'm going to teach you those chords. So we've got a couple of chords to learn here. We're up on the 7th fret and we're playing our first chord as an E minor 7, and it sounds like this. And you can strum with your plectrum from string number 5 down. So how do you play that chord? Well, you've got your first finger across fret number 7, you've got your second finger on fret number 8, string number 2, and then you've got your third finger on fret number 9, string number 4, and then your pinky finger is just sort of hanging around here, it's not on a string. It should sound like that. What we're going to do is slur into it, we're going to roll into it. So we're actually going to start on the 6th fret and roll in. And we're going to do one strum as we roll. So we go. So it should sound like that. It's exactly the same finger in positions, just one fret down. So that's our first position. We're going to have a look at that. That's strumming now. Now that's really important because a lot of the emphasis is in the strumming. So we've got, so I'm going downstroke on the 6th fret as I roll into the 7th fret, the E minor 7 position. So and then I'm going upstroke and then downstroke. So that's the very first chord, E minor 7. And then we've got this next shape, and basically what I'm doing, I'm barring fret number 7. So we're same position where we were before, fret number 7 with my first finger, and I'm rolling, I'm barring fret number 6, but I'm going to end up on the 7th fret. So actually, let's start from the beginning. We're going to bar fret number 6 on string number 4, 3, 2 and 1 with our first finger, but we're going to roll that up. So from string number 4 down, we're going to strum, and we're going to slur that up. Same strumming pattern as well. Try and keep a nice, smooth tempo as you're playing. It's quite rhythmic. Nice loose wrist as well. So we've got this, and you can put a couple of muted strings as a bit of a percussion there. And again, we're rolling that up. And then we're moving that whole shape, that whole bar, from the 4th string to the 1st string, down 2 frets to the 5th. And we're going to roll that from from fret number 4 to fret number 5. Exactly the same rhythm with your right hand. So we should sound like this. I'm going at the end of that one. let's slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And those are the same 3 positions all the way through the track. Again, try and experiment with your right hand. Make sure that you're keeping it nice and loose and you've got that action. Making sure that you're controlling the plectrum as well. So, that is song 1. That's Ride With Me by Nelly. Let's have a look at the next song. Okay, so the next song we have got Lose Yourself by Eminen. And this is really nice and simple to play. We're not going to move from the 5th position here. We're not really going to move any other position. We're just going to change one of our fingers. So it's all based around this power chord of a D major power chord. So it should sound like this. So, how am I playing that? Well, I've got my first finger on fret number 5, string number 5, that's the D. And then I've got my third finger on fret number 7, string number 4, that's an A. And I'm just going to play those 2 strings together. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all on that beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce just a semitone up on that 4th string. So I'm going to keep my third finger in place. I'm going to put my pinky finger on the fret number 8, string number 4. It's a bit of a stretch, but you should be able to do it. And that gives us that sound there. Again, all on that beat, all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we should have this. And I'm going back into that chord, I'm doing a bit of a, which is a down and up, down, just a bit of a flick there. Now what I'm doing, I'm controlling the sound with my right hand, so I'm dampening, I'm palm muting, so I'm putting a bit of meat on that bridge, just to palm mute. If it wasn't there, it'd sound like this. So I'm actually dampening those strings a little bit, and if you're playing this on an electric guitar, you're going to want to control that dampening, that sound as well. So there you go, nice, really simple one. It's more effective on the electric guitar, I have to say, but you can play, obviously, on the acoustic if you want to. So if you're playing this acoustically with somebody, that's the way to play it. So that's song number 2. Let's have a look at song number 3. So the next one's really nice to play. This one is Dr Dre, Eminen, and it's called Next Episode. So you've got 2 separate things. You've got the introduction bit. And then we've got the main lick, which is this. I'm going to show you in stages. So I'm palm muting with my right hand, and I'm plucking the strings individually. So I'm going 3rd string, fret number 8, I'm plucking that once. 1st finger, fret number 6 on the 1st string. That's our. So we've got, so that is 1st finger, string number 1, fret number 6, 3rd finger, fret number 9, string number 2, so we've got, that's the very first bit, and again. So the next bit, all on the 2nd string, we've got fret number 9, string number 2, fret number 7, string number 2. So I'm going 9, 7, 9. Let's put that together now. And again. Then I'm going. So I'm going 9, 7, back to that 3rd string on the 8th fret, and then back to the 2nd string of the 7th fret. Let's play it really slow. So we've got this. And that repeats that lick all the way through. And if you're playing with a second guitar, you could just have that. That's if you're playing with a second guitar. Obviously, you can't play that and the riff at the same time. So all based around that E flat minor. So we have. So there we go. That is the next episode. Let's have a look at song number 4 now. So the next song we're going to look at is called Still Dre by Dr Dre and Snoop Dogg, and it should sound like this. So we're going to focus on the fingers on the 5th fret, and then we'll have a look at the strumming pattern. So we've got our 2nd finger on fret number 5, string number 3. We've got our 3rd finger on fret number 5, string number 2, and then a pinky finger tucked underneath on fret number 5, string number 1. And we're just going to play all 3 strings, the 3rd, 2nd, and 3rd, strum them together. And we're going to be palm muting that as well. So the action for the left hand is as follows. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to drop our 2nd finger down a fret on the 3rd string to the 4th fret. And then we're going to take our pinky finger off, and then we're going to put our 1st finger on fret number 3, string number 1. So we've got this. Let's slow that down. Very subtle actions, just semitone actions as we move our fingers, our left hand fingers. So let's have a look at the strumming for that. So simply, all we're going to be doing is just strumming down strokes from string number 3 down. And what I'm doing again, I'm palm muting those 3 strings to control the sound of the strings. We don't want them open strings like this, because they'll ring out and it won't sound like the record. We're palm muting, putting our palm just off the bridge, and we're muting some of those strings, or dampening those strings. That's it. Let's have a look at the next song. So the next one is a really nice one to play. Again, it's all based up in the 1st position. It's the Missy Elliot Get Your Freak On. It should sound like this. Really, really subtle, really simple to play. So let's have a look. We're using our 1st and 2nd fingers for this, and we're going to be up on the 1st fret. So our first note is the F on fret number 1, string number 1. And the strumming, or the plucking for that, is ba, 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 ba. And then what we're going to be doing is a very subtle movement up to the F sharp, and we're going to put in our 2nd finger on that F sharp off the 1st string, which is the 2nd fret. And then we're going to place our 1st finger on the C, which is the string number 2, fret number 1. So the whole sequence should sound like this. All downstrokes, all plucking downward on the strings. And again, I'm palm muting that string so I can control it. Again, if it wasn't palm muted, it would sound like this. And we want to be able to control the sound of those strings, so I'm palm muting it. You can take that up to the 12th fret if you want, or the 13th fret, and do it up here. They're exactly the same notes. So there you have it. That's Get Your Freak On, Missy Elliot on the acoustic guitar. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay, so the next one we're going to be looking at is Eve, Let Me Blow Ya Mind. And again, on the acoustic guitar, and it's in the first position. It should sound like this. So let's focus on the left hand first of all, those notes. So we have got, we're starting with our third finger on fret number 3, string number 2, the D, and we're plucking that once. And then we're going to move to the F on the first fret of the first string with our first finger. And then we're going to move to the G with our third finger on that first string of the third fret. And then we're going to slide up to the 5th fret with our third finger. That's the A. And then we're going to go back down to that G. And then back to the F. And then back to that D, that first note we played. And I'm just rocking from the C to the D there. So it's the 1st fret, 2nd string. Just that last ba-bam. So it should sound like this. And again, we're palm muting, controlling those strings. This is actually played on the electric guitar at an octave higher, so if you're listening to the original, it's obviously played on the electric. So for this tutorial, it's just on the acoustic and we're doing it in the first position. Same notes though, they still apply. So if I'm playing this with a second guitarist, they might want to play the rhythm section to that, which is a G minor. And then we go to a C minor. Completely up to you how you play that. You can play your G up here, you can play your G up here, whatever you feel comfortable doing. But the main riff is that. So there you go, that's another song. Let's have a look at the last one. So the last one we're going to have a look at is All Falls Down by Kanye West, and it sounds a little bit like this. So that's just the rhythm section, because obviously the vocal line is the melody line. So let's have a look at those chords. We've got a B flat minor 7. You play that by barring fret number 6 and then putting your third finger on fret number 8, string number 2, strumming all 6 strings. And the strumming for that is down, down, up, up, down. But one of those ups, that up is muted. So I'm just taking my left hand off the strings ever so slightly. It's that, get that effect. And then we slide that shape down 2 frets, but we're passing that A minor as we go. And we end up on the A flat minor. So there you go, really nice and easy one to play. So that was the last one. So there you have it. I hope you found this video useful. If you've got any other recommendations, any other hip-hop or R&B tracks you want to learn on the acoustic guitar or electric guitar, let me know in the comment section below and I'll happily put some tutorials together. Once again, if you found this video useful, hit that like button, and if you want to hear more from me, hit the subscribe button as well. Right, I'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.